Okay, wow, that Nintendo Direct was actually pretty good. We got so many things that are really exciting. And starting off with the Super Mario side of the Direct. Now, of course, we got the biggest highlight, which was probably Super Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2, which I find really funny. I didn't actually think that they would re-release Super Mario Galaxy 1 on the Nintendo Switch 1 or 2. I thought they would honestly just re-release the 3D All-Stars type of pack. But now that we got both of these games, it makes a lot of sense. And it's really exciting to see this. We also got Amiibos. Now this was probably my biggest stand up on the chair, woo, of the whole Direct. Not only did we get Mario Galaxy 2, but also Amiibos alongside with that. Even the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now this looks to be a really awesome movie, and following in continuation of the original Super Mario Bros. Movie is so crazy. And honestly, that's not the only thing that I got up in chair and started, yelling, dancing around, doing the boogie. A brand new Yoshi game, which is really interesting, and really, it was expected at some degree. We knew we were going to be seeing some Yoshi game, but I honestly thought it was going to be some sort of Yoshi's Woolly World remaster or something like that. But no, a brand new Yoshi game, which is really cool in 2025. I like Yoshi games, they're pretty awesome. We also got a brand new Mario Tennis game, which is really cool. It also has a story mode, which you turn into a baby, and you have to regain your powers of being able to play tennis, which is honestly a really weird and wacky storyline, and I love it. It's just super cool and super funny. We also got the release date for Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream, which is going to be spring 2026, which is going to be awesome because, like, who doesn't like some sort of release date for Tamagotchi Life? Because, hey, you want to do the boogie with Tamagotchi Life. Also, Hades 2 is going to be getting a digital, which is going to be releasing September 25th, and then the physical later in November 20th. So if you're waiting for that physical, well, you're going to be waiting an extra about 2 months until you get your hands on that physical. Now, honestly, that's not the only thing that I found really cool was Kirby Air Ride. Not only are we going to be seeing another Nintendo Direct showcasing the entirety of Kirby Air Ride, but this game also comes with Amiibo, and it makes me remind them of like Skylanders Swap Force, the swappable kind of Skylanders, which is really cool. And it's awesome that Nintendo brought these back, sort of Amiibo looking thing. You get a Waddle Dee and you also get a Kirby, which is really cool. We also got the release dates for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, November 6th. This game honestly looks really awesome, and I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to experience the full story of the Legend of Zelda series, which is going to be awesome. We also got something very much so unexpected, which is the Virtual Boy. Now, not only are you going to be seeing the Virtual Boy physical sort of hardware, but also you could get a cardboard version. But this is really interesting. You can just play the Virtual Boy back again in 2026, which is just really cool. You want to test out those games. That's something that I never thought we would actually see. Also, not only that, but we got a whole bunch of Nintendo Switch 2 editions, like, for starters, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Now, this is really cool because, hey, you get some additions to the game, which are like Flower Town, a whole bunch of things, because you never would have thought that this would exist, and hey, here we are with this existing. I told you, this was a pretty great Direct. Stardew Valley got a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Humans Fall Flat got a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Those two Switch editions are actually really cool because you can finally use the Nintendo Game Share feature, which is really interesting. I think the Game Share is a really well put off because, like, it's just awesome. Like, you can get one copy of the game and then you can share it over to your friend, which is really awesome. Now, not only that, but we also got Power Washing Simulator 2, which is going to be releasing on Nintendo Switch 2, which is pretty cool. You want to play power washing? Well, you can hop into Nintendo Switch 1 or 2, I believe. Metroid Prime 4 finally got its release date, which is December 4th. So that, I guess, is going to be our Christmas game, which, hey, that's a pretty good pick for a Christmas game. It's not exactly a Legend of Zelda game or a 3D Mario, but that's still a good pick for a sort of Christmas game. So December 4th, you will be able to get that. Also, not only that, but 3 new amiibos are going to be releasing for this game, which is like super cool. You want to get your amiibo, you want to either put them on the shelf, play with them, whatever the case may be. Hey, amiibos are right for you. Something that was very much so not expected at all was Donkey Kong Bonanza demo. Now, you get DK Island and also Emerald Rush, which is a really interesting sort of DLC. So hey, if you're into Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's pretty awesome. That's great for you. One thing that I want to mention that we didn't see the light of day of is Mario Kart World DLC. I feel like that game was more pressing to get DLC than Donkey Kong Bonanza, but maybe that's just me. But honestly, I think that Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC is pretty cool, and you will be able to play it probably today, I believe it said. So overall, get on playing that if you really want to. One game that I thought that was actually looking really fun, not gonna lie, was the Pokemon Ditto game. Now this game in particular is really interesting because it's just like, okay, so I'm Ditto and I get a whole bunch of Pokemon to work for me, and then they can make a nice village and all of that stuff, and you can collect Pokemon as you go on, which is really cool. So honestly, I thought that was awesome. Now, I told you we were going to be seeing Mega Greninja. Now, yep, Pokemon Legends ZA confirmed Mega Greninja, Mega Dalfox, and Mega Chestnut. So those 3 Mega Evolutions are going to be making their way to Pokemon Legends ZA. I told you, yep, I told you about a lot of different games. Anyways, this was just very exciting. But not only that, for some reason, a game that's not even out gets a DLC. How in the world does this work exactly? So apparently for Pokemon Legends ZA, you have to pay for a Mega Evolution. Now from what I'm looking at here, you have to pay for Mega Raichu Y and X. So what in the world does this mean? When you get the base game, there's no way to get a Luminite Stone so you can Mega Evolve Raichu. You have to buy this DLC. Doesn't make quite much sense to me because the game's not even out and we're already seeing DLC. I see if they would have waited a bit and then announced this DLC, I guess that would have made sense. But overall, it's very interesting. Why are we seeing DLC for a game that's not even out? And the last game that was to take note of was Fire Emblem Fortunes, which is a brand new Fire Emblem game, which is really cool. Now I wanted to put my input on games that were honestly leaked perfect. Like Super Mario Galaxy 2 was definitely one of them. I was highly advertising this game. This is going to be coming out. It came out. It's awesome. So yeah, also the 777 rule looks like it actually was. So hey, for your upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 leaks and stuff, Switch Force is a very reliable source. We got our Resident Evil, which was a 777 game. We also got Final Fantasy, I believe, which was a 777 game. I didn't write them all down. I just thought the ones that were really interesting to me. But overall, this is really cool. I like the fact that you saw some games still get a physical release, which is Hades 2, which I'm of course going to go for the physical release. But overall, these games are really awesome. I love how we saw like 8 new amiibos, which is like so cool. This is something that I never would have thought we would see once again, but we got so many amiibos, which is awesome. Now, of course, we did not see a Legend of Zelda game, which maybe Nintendo's holding off for the 40th anniversary of for the 40th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series next year. Maybe they're going to be doing a Zelda Direct sometime early, or are they going to do it later in the year? Who knows? But overall, this is something that is very interesting, and hopefully we can see. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is highly leaked game, so hopefully we can see that. We didn't see a Link Between Worlds. I was a little bit sad about that one, just a little bit sad. But overall, all the games that we're going to be seeing are honestly making the year pretty great, pretty awesome. And then next year, there's a bunch of games that are going to be coming out then. So overall, what did you think about this Nintendo Direct? Did you think that it was a good Direct or a bad Direct? Because if you took any time on exiting the Direct, or if you had it in full screen or whatever, you saw the chat and it was like, ew, L Direct, worst Direct ever, so bad, what happened to all these games? I don't know what the heck they're talking about. This Direct was actually really good. Unless I'm being weird, I think that it's a good direct. We got so many games and stuff that we actually wanted, and honestly, I think that it's pretty cool. Of course, no Legend of Zelda, but hey, why is everyone mad at this direct? I think that it was a pretty cool, great direct. Overall, what do you think about all of this news? Did you think that the Nintendo Direct was good, worth the hype? Because honestly, I thought that it was worth the hype. Maybe I'm just a sucker for Nintendo games. I'll just straight up go and get everything, which is not true, by the way. There's some things that I will take a stand on. But overall, the games that we got in this Direct definitely were something special, and I think that I really enjoyed it. Mario Galaxy 2 definitely is something that I really did enjoy because, hey, it's back, it's here, 4K 60 on Nintendo Switch 2, and being able to play it in Nintendo Switch 1 is really, really awesome. Also, we got the Ditto game. Yep, that Ditto game is pretty cool. DLC for games that aren't even out. More DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza, but not Mario Kart. Did not get new Super Mario Bros., which is like, I mean, well, were they ever gonna release it? I mean, but overall, it's something very, very interesting. It's very, very true. This was actually a good direct. I sat there enjoying. I flicked up on the chair and I was like, oh my goodness. I was probably yelling a couple times that I didn't even notice that I was yelling a couple times of how good these announcements were. These announcements were just something. I mean, like, people can't be mad. It's better than the past 2 directs that we got. Maybe not the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal sort of direct, but overall, it was just a good direct. Like, honestly, I had such a good time. I'm excited for so many new things. The Amiibos, I think the Amiibos are going to break the bank. Now, of course, this Nintendo Direct wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Now, I'm not going to be joining the haters. I just have one thing to complain about is, why in the world are the Amiibos released like 6 months after the game releases? What I mean by this is the Mario Galaxy 2 Amiibos, or the Mario Galaxy Amiibos, they released like 6 months after Mario Galaxy releases on Switch 2. Shouldn't they have done what Metroid Prime 4 did and Kirby Air Riders did to their Amiibos? Release them either on the game's release date or before, because with Metroid Prime 4 situation, you actually can buy the Amiibo before the game even comes out. But then for Mario Galaxy, you have to wait 6 months to get your Amiibo, which is like, why would they do that? I want my Amiibo now. I don't want to wait 6 months and then, oh man, I got my Amiibo and I have to go back and see what the Amiibo actually does. Like they did with Breath of the Wild or even Tears of the Kingdom. They took the Amiibos and released them decades away. And then you're like, okay, so now my Amiibo, I don't really feel like playing the game again. So my Amiibo is on the shelf it goes. Oh my goodness. And also, I wanted to say, sorry for the thunderstorm in my bedroom. Now, what I mean by this is, if you made it this far in the video, you might have heard pow, 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 pow. Now, that is because the desk is moving a little bit, so you might be able to hear it on the microphone. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that I did not disturb your ears or maybe, make a high sonic boom. So, anyways, I'm sorry about that. But anyways, hope you have a fantastic day. With that being said, have a great day. See you in the next one.